Hey everyone, Happy New Year. It's Daniela from Sister Mediums. How are you guys? 2022. Oh my God. I look at that number and the first thing I think of is balance. And I feel like, 2226 equals 6. And I just feel like this is going to be a year of people managing or juggling balance in their life. I'm not saying that we're not going to have it. I don't know if balance, ever really even exists, but I feel like people are really pushing to try to create balance in their life. That's just what I feel right off the bat. I'm going to try to keep this quick, concise, with a few of the questions I had in mind for the year, and really just how we're going to start this year for the month of January. I have 2 new card decks in here that I might actually present in terms of pulling from those decks as well. But yeah, you guys know I'd like to just get right into this. Julie and I have a lot of different plans for the year. It's a matter of not just talking about them, but actually executing them. And you guys know that the only way to actually do that is to put it in the calendar. I guess I can give you a little bit of quick update for January. I'm actually scheduled for my carpal tunnel surgery finally in, what's today, the 2nd, so in 4 days, as long as they don't cancel it. So as far as I know, that's where I'm headed. I'm excited to do it and just kind of start my year off with that self-care. I have put it off way too long, and I'll be back in a few weeks, but I'm going to just worry about self-care and that planning, just putting it on paper and executing it. So I feel like our start to the year is a little more maybe February as opposed to January, but it's all going to be good stuff. I hope you guys like the spirit animal totem that was put up very late last night. That's something new that we are doing for our Instagram, Facebook followers. So if you want to head over there at Sister Mediums, you'll be able to check that out. That'll be monthly. And really what that card reading is and that message is for those of you, some of you might not resonate, but most of you will probably resonate in some way, and maybe you're looking for that sign. So this month is the dragonfly, and it's all about change and embracing change. So yeah, we'll see who that's for. But okay, let's just get started. And of course, I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I, can't really see. And I don't know if I wore these ones in the last one, but anyways, forget just one pair. I got so many pairs of glasses, it's not even funny. And they're great because they're readers, so they work. I did hear something, and I will tell you this. Before I even start anything, I was pulling some messages just from my angels and asking them where I needed to head. Where should this reading go? Are we talking more about career, relationships, life, new beginnings? What's this about? And, I almost kept hearing that push to don't go to relationships this month. And I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. Why? And then the message was, they're not listening. And I thought, okay. So it's almost as if someone or some of you who are in a relationship an issue with a relationship, does feel very, maybe marriage, could be married, not married, but committed for sure. There's people who are not listening to what needs to happen, and it's almost like as much information, the more you put it out there, the more they're just like, I'm going to take that my own way, not really the way it's being presented, which really you should take it in your own way. But the feeling was, don't give that information because, again, it's just going to fall on deaf ears for people who are not listening. And I think it's time for those people to maybe hit their rock bottom and kind of have to make those decisions themselves, because sometimes we look for answers in other places. And when the answer keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming and you're not listening and not listening, it's almost like you have to stop that avenue for that person to have them search within themselves to really get that answer, because they're not hearing it the way they need to. Anyway, for anyone who that makes sense for, you'll understand why I'm not touching relationships this month. I think the focus is individual, family, career. The first thing that came up right off the bat is birthday. there is someone, and this could still be about relationship, but there's something here about birthday, and that this timing of this birthday, this significant event, is going to have answers to something that's happening for you around that time. So a January birthday, I am hearing early month or end of the month, not in between. So probably before the 8th or after the 25th. That's who this pertains to. Something big's going to happen around that birthday. It might be the event. It might be, the straw that broke the camel's back, because this party or this event is going to throw somebody for a loop. So pay attention to what's going to happen. You're going to get a lot of answers here. Yeah, that was just the first card I pulled out. And also, happy birthday to the new year, I guess, right? January 2022. Just feels weird saying it. But I like the number 2s. I'm praying that we're going to have a much better year than last year. So many suffered in so many ways. Let's hear what the angels have to tell us. Integrity. Okay, so integrity is everything. We know this. Integrity tells us who you are. There's a lot of people who speak highly of integrity, and that, they feel that they have this integrity about themselves, but yet behind closed doors, they're not matching that energy. You need to make sure that your actions match the value and the inner knowingness that you have. Integrity is about truth, and it's about making sure that you're that same person in front of people as well as behind people. So for some of you who might be struggling with this, and I know it's really hard in a social media world where you feel like you have to put on these fronts, or you feel like you have to be a certain way in order for people to listen. We realize more and more that integrity is just about being who you are, and not actually having to conform to, oh my God, I got to put 6 posts up a day, and I got to put 10 stories a week, or no one's going to listen. And, I'll give you an example of this, which kind of made me think, how people do that top 9. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. If you go back to Instagram, you'll see it. A lot of people do it at the end of the year. It's your top 9 posts on your social media that have had, I guess, the most likes or engagement, that people tend to be drawn to and like the most. And I did it, because I just do it every single year, but I didn't post it this year. Not really for any other reason other than I ran out of time. And honestly, it just, we had a couple days off. Who wants to sit there and be on social media 24/7? But that post there, I should show it to you guys just to, maybe you'll really understand it. But the top 9, actually it's probably on my phone, and then I can just show you what I'm talking about, okay? This top 9 actually shocked me, because the top 9 that came out, most of those 9, out of those 9 pictures, here we go. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the 9, I know it's not the greatest thing, but 6 out of the 9 posts are Julie and I, 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 our family. And of course, prayer. There was a post here of Rosie. And this one here, I can't even read it. What does it say? A miracle is going to manifest for you. It was a reel that I had done, which kind of shocked me. And I thought, these are the posts people like the most, is the ones of us. And it almost had to make me take a step back and think, well, like it's a little bit like, that's weird. Like, why do they like those posts? Does that not mean our other inspirational posts are not inspirational? But then I had to go back and look at them, and each one of them was about growth, was about family, was about Julie and I just taking that time away when we needed it. This one, I can't even remember what that was. I think it was Thanksgiving. But again, it just goes to show that, and we're grateful that our followers like us. It's our authenticity that people are drawn to. It's not necessarily what we have to offer in the studio, or, the color of our hair this month, because we know I change mine every month, or, what Julie's wearing today. It's not about those things. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have a conversation about that kind of stuff, but I think at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that that's the integrity that comes through, that sometimes you don't even recognize it yourself. And maybe that's because we don't conform to what a lot of other people do out there. So I'm just trying to stress the message here of, those of you who think you need to be something different than what you already are, you don't. Just do you. Keep doing you. Keep doing what feels authentic in your heart. Keep doing what your God-given gifts are, because people see through bullshit, right? There's no other way to say it. You can go up there and say whatever the hell you want or present yourself in a business in a certain way, but if you don't have the experience behind you, if you don't have things to back up that integrity, if you don't have the experience to be able to show people that, hey, I come from this certain place, or hey, I'm new at what I'm doing, but I'd really love to do this because it fills my heart and fills my soul, that's how you're authentic, instead of pretending to be something you're not. So I feel like the integrity card, very important. Hope that example means something to someone who needs to see it, because we think a lot of times, oh, we suck. We don't know what we're doing on our Instagram, live. We don't, our lives are terrible. But we try and we do it whenever we feel like it, even if it's once a year. And apparently that's not good for a lot of social media people, but you know what? It works for us. So do what works for you, right? There's no other way to say that. But integrity is everything, and authenticity and integrity go hand in hand. Just saying, okay? And there's my card that is my angels confirming and saying, yes, everything I just said makes complete sense. Make sure you follow what feels good. And I'm hearing look for a sign. So it's that whole thing of, let's say somebody posts something. If it doesn't feel like it resonates with that person, it probably doesn't. If that person's putting something out there that then you specifically feel all of a sudden like, oh, that resonates with me. Yes, I can take that piece of information and use it for my good, the good of the greater good of what's happening in my life now, then fantastic. But if all of a sudden that person who you don't think has integrity posts something that you're thinking, maybe they should look in the mirror and read what they posted, because it doesn't mirror the same thing. But maybe that's a lesson for you to have been able to see outside the box. Hopefully this makes sense. I know I talk in riddles sometimes, but you guys keep telling us that it makes sense to you. So I always say, whoever it resonates with, that's who that's for. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to say it's really weird being in the studio right now because we've been off here for a little while. All right, let's see what's going on here. Angels are telling me there's something going on with a friendship, a set of friendship here. Somebody coming together, forming either a business together, a partnership. There's something here about friendship, but I'm hearing it as partnership. So I would say that has to do with either something you're planning career-wise, something you're planning adventure-wise. Six of Raphael comes out, and this is very much honoring your inner child. So I do see male-female here. It might also, this just might be about somebody's got a little more of a masculine personality or presence, and someone has the more feminine personality or presence. Six is about balance, so you're going to balance each other out in this relationship, in this partnership you have together. It could be about travel. Again, maybe a retreat, something going on. June, around that time where summer's just kind of starting, makes me feel that this is healthy for both of you. You have worked hard to get here. Also honors your inner child, but what you're going to be doing is a lot of fun. 3, your ascended masters and Archangel Gabriel is around you. This is your time to shine. Do not hold back. So if you've been planning on, or you're talking about that thing, right? Didn't I start off this way? If you're talking about that thing that you need to do in order to execute, it's time to not just plan in your mind, plan it on paper. So make sure you've got plans by March. Make sure by 3 months later, which is the 6th in June, you have this already either in the itinerary, already booked. It's going to happen. And also lots of friends follow. This is a really good thing. Creativity is at its finest. Creative juices are flowing. So here's an interesting thing. It says luxurious or abundant resources. And I don't normally usually read a card, but that stood out to me. It's something different than what you've done before. So you're leveling up in some way. And this is a good thing. So many people are scared to take the risk or afraid that, oh my God, what if it doesn't pan out? Oh, maybe we're supposed to be planning our Arizona trip again. Okay, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray on it. Let's just see. I don't know if any of you guys know, we had an Arizona retreat planned that was booked. We had to cancel due to COVID, and It'll happen, and we know it's going to happen bigger and better. So could be Julie and I planning this again for future, but somebody else got something in the works here. So maybe we just need to plan something different too. Who'd be up for that? You guys up for something like a summer retreat? Yeah? Okay. Just thought about that at the top of my head. Oh my God, I have the perfect spot. I already know. Okay. Anyways, off topic, but again, this is going to pan out for you and this friend. And yes, success card is here. The chariot's there. There's the yin and yang. Great balance. You are forging ahead. It's almost like whatever's going on with this partnership. So I also just heard business already established. So how many of you have been in a relationship, partnership, friendship, where you're now doing something either on the side or you've quit your full-time jobs in order to move forward? Full steam ahead. Go get it, okay? This is your time to shine. Yes, yes, yes is all I hear. There are some people who are sitting here and saying, well, shit, I have no friends. I have no ambition. I don't know what I want to do. What is my soul journey? There's people on the other spectrum still trying to figure it out. There's people on the other end saying, I have no idea. So the soul cards, I'm pulling those, and I'm hearing freedom. You have the power to do anything you want to do. So for those of you who have not figured that out yet, start digging. There's a lot of blue here. There's a lot of blue, which always tells me it's about healing and faith. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So if that means a little side hustle, great. If it means doing nothing, then maybe that's just what's for you and that's part of your soul journey. But I'm also getting this feeling of you don't have to create those limits. It's, again, the limits we create on ourselves. Go find some new friends. Go to a book club. Go to a new gym. Start a walking club. Start something. That's how you make friends. That's how you create connection. There are ways for you to get the ball rolling and no one's going to do it for you. So if you're the person who's the pessimist, who's always in the background, woe is me, it's always going to be woe is me. There are other people who can help empower you and inspire you. But at the end of the day, nobody knows your journey. You're absolutely right about that. But nobody also knows how much energy you need to get yourself started. So if you're not the person who's the go-getter to jump ahead and get something done, that's okay. Just go with the flow. You have to start though. Like that's the part I have to tell you. You have to start. You start journaling. You've got to figure out what that thing is, what lights your fire. Maybe there's still some healing that needs to happen in order for you to figure out what that gift is or what that thing is that you love to do, right? You'd have to figure that out. So let's see about healing. How many of you are still not sleeping? What do you need to get a good night's sleep? I'll tell you, I never slept more this last 7 days. Oh my God, it feels great. Although I'm not going to lie, getting up at like 1 in the afternoon feels fantastic. I've been binging Yellowstone, Emily in Paris. What else? Anyways, binging a lot of shows because I never watch TV. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is nice to just self-care, relax, chill. I like it. But how many of you don't sleep either on purpose or because you can't? The mind's racing 24/7. What are you doing? Where's the self-care? Where's the self-care for you guys? Okay, so here we go. Let's pull the self-care. This is the new deck. Okay, Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle. It's a great deck. And I like it because it's quite simple, but it just gives you that insight where you could pull a card that turns around and says, what are the self-care? What are the things about self-care that I need to know? What does my heart, my inner knowing need to give me the self-care I need to either allow answers, allow me to feel more in tune with myself, that gives me more insight into who I am. They're a little tough because they're new, right? I can't even I feel like I need water or something to pull them, but let's see. Okay. Look to the stars. So, okay, I pulled 3. All right. So, how many of you are into astrology or zodiac signs? There are so many Instagram pages. There's so many everywhere. Google, wherever you want, look up your astrological signs, see what the year holds for you. Maybe they're saying look up to the stars and look up to your zodiac to see what's ahead. Because some people need that actual start with A, B, C, D. People need everything actually stepped, aligned, detailed plans for them on how to get started. Maybe some of you are searching for that. Self-care is saying look for it. Okay, so look to the stars for this. I'm also hearing 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 is family, but also that feeling of you're never alone in this. You have other people to help you along the way. Along with that comes journal. How many of you, we say it over and over and over again, how many of you have not journaled? You need to journal, guys. When you journal, you can get your feelings out. Sometimes you'll get those ideas out that are just in your head. And sometimes when you have them in your head, they're just constantly there. They're not helping. Because then it's a reminder, oh, I haven't done any of that yet. Get it on paper so it can start being executed and broken down into how do I start some of the ideas that I have. The third thing that comes from self-care. Oh, and here's the number on this, 9, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Partnership, again, so maybe this could lead to a partnership, not just with someone else, but a partnership with you and yourself, your soul, your body, your mind. This is the partnership that you have. I've said it before, nobody knows your journey. Nobody knows what you've gone through but you. That also means that nobody else can change your life except you. So start, and this is the way to do it, okay? We're all guilty of getting on and off the wagon when it comes to journaling, not journaling, putting gratitude, items of gratitude on a piece of paper every day. There's so many rituals that we have that I know as a fact I've started and stopped a million times. But we always start again. And that's the key, is never giving up on doing those things that you need for yourself. The third one was hydrate. And I'm getting a 7, and that's 27, which is 9. 9 is endings. So it's like you can end a lot of the crappy stuff in your life just by drinking water. I can honestly say I try so much harder to drink more water than anything else these days. I'm noticing a huge difference in my skin, in everything. And I feel better. I just feel better. So guys, as much as we talk about water, look, my water's sitting here, okay? Look. I needed that. My throat's so dry. Okay. We need to hydrate. We need to keep drinking water. It's a habit we need to possess. So those are your 3 things. Self-care. What else do we need to hear? It's funny because I want to go to relationships so bad and they're saying no. So I'm not doing it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with a message. I heard simplicity. Simplicity. So this is about simplicity. As much as I feel, oh shit, I've been talking for 22 minutes and I said it would be fast, but this reading is not about me giving you the usual 90 cards I throw out and I talk a mile a minute. I can tell I'm talking slower. I feel like it's more about, let's just get back to basics. Can we start off with a simple month of January where we don't overwhelm ourselves too much with too much information, and let's just get back to who we are. Small, simple changes and steps are going to be more meaningful than having that New Year resolution that 90% of people break within 3 weeks. It takes 3 weeks to change or break a habit and make a habit, and most people already broke it before the 3rd week. Here's another new deck here. It's called The Spirit Messages by John Holland. I believe we brought some of these into the studio, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember right now. And this is daily guidance. A message specifically from Spirit, your loved ones, your guides. I want to leave you guys with this one. I feel automatically that they're already telling me, wrap it up. This is all you needed to know. It was very simple this month. It's not rocket science what I'm giving you, but you need to listen. Take the advice and start your day with a smile. Start your day with something different than what you normally would. There's no need to stress. There's no need to feel like, oh my God, if I haven't got January, everyone starts January. Like, there has to be a new beginning. Excuse me. There has to be a new beginning. There has to be something I do. There has to be a change. Some of you are not there yet. That's okay. Go with the flow. There's nothing wrong with you not being ready to make some type of move, but don't wait too long, okay? Don't wait too long. And so, yeah, no, it's this one. Okay. Here's the message from Spirit. Okay. It's about self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there'll be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goal. Okay, let's just start over. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Well, I guess that's Spirit confirming everything I've just done in this reading, because that's really what it is. We can blame other people. We can turn around and say, well, it's because of this, or it's because of that, or it's because of that. But at the end of the day, you are the only one who can create the change. So stop the self-sabotage. Stop blaming it on someone else. Make your own decisions. Like, do what you want to do for you. What makes you happy? As much as we should care about other people and not purposely hurt someone, sometimes other people are going to get hurt with the decisions you make in life. That's not your problem. That's a tough one for people to understand. It's not your problem if someone else is going to get angry at the decision that you've made for your happiness. Think about that. We always tend to go to, oh, but I don't want to upset them. I don't want to ruffle the feathers. Oh, I don't want to change what's always been. But have you been happy all along? If you're not happy and you're not living your authentic self and truth, it's time to change something about that. Stop the self-sabotage, okay? Get out of your own way. It's not others who prevent you from achieving those goals. It's the inner voice that derails you. So it's that inner voice. Think about that, okay? Leaving you with that. This is way too freaking long. And my stomach is totally growling. I'm starving. So, Happy New Year. Happy January. We cannot thank you guys enough for everything you do for us. There's just not even enough words to put out. Julie and I are absolutely grateful for every little thing you do for us in prayer, in spirit, in the words you give us, the advice, the encouragement, the support. There's so much there that, you know, some of you may not see from our end, but we appreciate it so much. And anytime we can get a chance to tell you that, we will. So from Julie and I, Happy New Year. Have a blessed 2022. Blessing on blessings always. I'll see you back here March 1st. And have an amazing month, okay? Go get it.